Hello, beautiful, my friend. So today I want to dive a little bit more specifically into one of the aspects of the heroine's journey, and that is the dark forest. And within the dark forest, one of the difficulties that has popped up for me, one of the obstacles, has been chronic illness. So in this video, I want to ask some questions, explore five ways to shift a chronic illness. Number one, what habits do I practice? And if I look down, it's because I have notes. What habits do I practice that exacerbate the illness? Am I taking in any substances that are making it worse? Any foods? Any beverages? How might my sleep and rest habits be exacerbating this? Shortage of sleep? What compulsive behaviors do I have that actually make my illness worse? Such as, for me, skin picking. I have had a rash and I made it worse by a compulsive habit of picking it. Work addiction, feeling like I have to work this much. How about love addiction, obsessing? That can cause stress. That can make me sicker. So that's number one. What habits do I practice? Two, let's get more specific here. What am I taking in that's exacerbating my illness? And what can I replace it with? Let's look at food. What about sugar? Am I taking in sugar that I know is making me sicker? What could I have instead of man-made sugar? Could I substitute it with a fruit? Could I substitute it with some sweeter vegetables, etc.? Maybe I need help with that. What about beverages? What about coffee? There's a lot of research about how coffee hurts many systems of the body, caffeine and coffee specifically. And of course, we know about Diet Coke. We may be in denial. Am I in denial about how much any of these things is affecting me? And of course, what am I taking in as far as pills? Do they have side effects that are actually affecting me? Am I overdoing certain medications? Those are some starters. What am I taking in? Also, I'm going to say toxins in the environment. I don't have this on one of these five, but I could call that part of what am I taking in. I lived in New York City for over 10 years, and I went to an acupuncturist because I had this really bad skin rash. I also had a lot of migraine headaches. And she said, you are taking in a lot of toxins living in New York City. And that's why you have to keep taking the herbs and keep getting the acupuncture to try to clear this out. And she kept telling me to drink more water. Yeah, and so water is a replacement beverage, hello, for coffee and tea and diet sodas. I happen to like water with wedges of lime. It makes me drink so much more water when it has wedges of lime in it, and I know that that has minerals that are good for me. Yeah, so my environment was really exacerbating my illnesses, and I didn't want to hear about it. So that's something that you could be taking in. You could be taking in toxins around you. Could be in the home. People have mold in their homes, right? Number three, what about my sleep and my rest, my relaxation, my refreshment, my replenishment, all those R's? Am I really getting as much sleep as my body wants? Maybe I'm getting as much as I think I should, but am I getting as much as my body wants? I am using a sleep app, which actually I did a quiz and it told me that I need 9.5 hours of sleep. I knew 8 was great. I thought 7 was fine, but no, I actually need 9.5. And you know, when I get that, I feel so much better and my body heals much quicker. If I have anything going on, it heals quicker. What do you know? And of course, it isn't just sleep, it's also rest. It's also just lying still, sitting still, relaxing by the water and looking at the water, listening to the birds. You know what rest and relaxation and replenishment and refreshment is. Are you telling yourself you can't afford that? The time for it? Okay, that's 3. Number 4, where do I need to seek more support? Support and help. Do I have a story about needing to go it alone, or needing to, I got this, needing to solve my problem myself? Do I have a story about not being a burden? Do I have a story about needing to keep this private and not let people actually in on how sick I am or how much this is bothering me? So yeah, where do I need to seek more support? From whom? Who is a safe person to share with? A safe friend? Where is there a support group I could even go to around this? I actually joined a support group for people who self-injure, people who not only pick and scratch like me, but also who cut and burn themselves, etc. So I had to get over being like, oh, I don't need that, I'm not that bad, to actually get help that was there. And it goes quite deep, the recovery there. There's trauma that causes some of those habits. And that's why we could use the support, because we might go deeper than we thought we were. It might not be as simple as we thought it was, and maybe that's why we didn't have it solved, because it wasn't that simple. So a safe friend, a safe support group. Do I need a supplement? Do I need someone to help me with some work or some stressor? Do I need a ride somewhere so I can get healing? Do I need healing? Do I need medicine? Let's be honest. Maybe I've been going down one route, and maybe there's another route. Maybe there's another possibility. Do I need more information or education about this condition? Without overdoing. But some people, I'm a person who tended to, not look up everything and want to read everything. Like, don't tell me, I don't want to read all your medical knowledge. Some people are the other. They will read all the medical knowledge, but not get some other kinds of help that they could use. So opening up the possibilities for asking help and looking at where I'm blocked from asking for help and support, and being open to receiving it. Okay, that's 4. Number 5, how can I tap into my spirituality to help me with my chronic illness? What is spirituality for you? Everyone has their own. I'm not going to tell you any kind of spirituality to have, but this is a question to ask myself. How can I tap into my spirituality? How can my spirituality actually be connected to and support me in my recovering from this chronic illness? A lot of times we hear that physical illnesses are connected to the emotions, connected to the mind, connected to energy, connected to the spirit, that there is more going on than just this flesh and blood, these bones and blood vessels, right? So opening up to that and how it might be connected, and maybe I didn't want to see a connection there. How can I use prayer? How can I use meditation? Maybe two-way prayer, where I ask a question and then I listen for the answer. What kinds of practices will help me access my intuition, my higher self, so to speak, my inner knower, so to speak, my wisdom, such as oracle cards, breathwork journeys, shamanic journeys, if you like, those kinds of connections with nature, and shamanic practices, which I have enjoyed and gotten a lot out of that. When I've healed something in one of those breath or shamanic journeys or sound journeys, if I've healed something emotional or something from the past, it can translate into me healing physically. A fire ritual, a water ritual, an intuitive dance where I tap into certain emotions that have been hidden or trapped. Chanting. Chanting can connect with the divine. There's certainly chants that are singing the name of deities and that, or chanting that are just most beautiful songs that touch your heart. Pausing, listening, trusting, building trust in life itself. Visualizing. What about visualizing myself radiantly well and doing the things that I've missed doing? Maybe it's even a vision collage. Some spiritual things are so simple, they're almost childlike. Picking flowers. So those are 5 ways to shift chronic illness and move through the dark forest. If you happen to be in the dark forest, or if you might end up in the dark forest at some point, what are they? What habits do I practice? What am I taking in? Substances, drinks, food, toxins. What about my sleep, rest, and relaxation? Where do I need to seek support, help, healing, guidance? How can I tap into my spirituality? And there you have it. I will see you soon. Please comment if any of this resonates for you, or if any of these topics you want me to talk more in depth about. I would love to. And if you would like to do a 1-hour Heroine's Journey session with me and unpack where you are in your heroine's journey and how you can shift and move forward into that deep inner exploration, which is the heroine's journey to your authentic self. If that interests you, I have a link below to book a session with me, and we can do it. Ciao, Bella. Have a beautiful, awesome day.